Diseases like smallpox, measles, polio, and malaria once terrified humanity. Today we barely hear about them, thanks to vaccines. But among all these illnesses, there is one simple viral infection that still confuses us all. That infection is the common cold. The cold is one of the most frequent illnesses on the earth. It happens all year round. In fact, many people listening right now probably have a cold. So the question is simple. Why doesn't our body develop lasting immunity to it? And why haven't scientists created a vaccine for such a simple disease, while they succeeded against far more dangerous ones? Before we begin, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell to get our latest videos first. First, let's clarify something important. The common cold is a mild viral infection. It does not cause serious damage inside the body. Most of the symptoms we feel, coughing, blocked nose and runny nose, are not caused directly by the virus. They're caused by our immune system fighting it. When cold viruses enter the body, they attach to cells inside the nose, especially in the nasal passages and sinuses. Then they start making copies of themselves. This process is called viral replication. Once the immune system detects this, it responds. White blood cells rush to the infected area to fight the virus. Blood vessels expand to allow more blood to pass through. This swelling presses against the walls of the nose. That's why breathing feels blocked. That's also why the nose and surrounding areas turn red or pink. White blood cells release chemicals to fight the virus. These chemicals cause inflammation and fluid buildup. This leads to coughing and a runny nose. Even though the common cold is mild, it is the most widespread human illness. Hundreds of millions, if not billions, of cases occur every year. Adults usually get colds 2 to 4 times a year. Children can get 6 to 10 colds a year. That's why the common cold is the top reason people visit doctors. It's also the leading cause of missed work days and school absences. So again, why doesn't our body build immunity to the cold? The immune system actually has a memory. It records information about viruses it has fought before. It also keeps a record of how it handled them. If a virus enters the body for the first time, the immune system takes longer to respond. This process may take days or even weeks. After the virus is defeated, the antibodies remain. They remember the virus and know how to fight it faster next time. For some diseases, the body can eliminate the virus without symptoms. So why doesn't this happen with the common cold? The answer is simple. There is no single cold virus. There are more than 200 different viruses that can cause cold symptoms. Rhinoviruses, respiratory syncytial virus, coronaviruses, parainfluenza viruses, and many more. Each virus has multiple forms. They mutate constantly. Even if your body develops immunity to 1 or 2 viruses, many others are still new. That's why colds keep coming back. Usually each cold is caused by a new virus. Does this mean our body never develops immunity to colds? Not exactly. If you catch the same virus again, your immune system reacts quickly. You might not even notice symptoms. The real issue is constant exposure to new viruses. Now the obvious question, if there are about 200 cold viruses, why not create a vaccine for all of them? Creating a single vaccine for hundreds of viruses is extremely complex. Bacteria have cell walls. Antibiotics target those walls and destroy them. Viruses don't have cell walls. They're all structurally different. There is no shared weak point to attack. Each virus would require a separate approach that would cost enormous time, effort, and billions of dollars. Even then, cold viruses mutate constantly. New variants appear. New vaccines would be needed again and again. From a business perspective, it's not worth it. The common cold is usually mild. It goes away on its own in a few days. That's why pharmaceutical companies focus on more serious and life-threatening diseases. Cold medicines don't kill the virus. They only relieve symptoms. They reduce pain, lower fever, and open airways. The virus continues its life cycle inside the body while the immune system does the real work. One very dangerous mistake many people make is taking antibiotics for a cold. The common cold is viral. Antibiotics work only against bacteria. They do nothing to viruses. Taking antibiotics unnecessarily can cause serious side effects. They can harm beneficial bacteria. They can also help dangerous bacteria become resistant. The US Centers for Disease Control reports that up to half of antibiotic use is unnecessary. Antibiotics should only be taken during a cold if a bacterial infection is present. and only after consulting a doctor. Finally, here are a few simple tips when you have a cold. Rest well. Sleep as much as possible. If you can, stay home. Drink warm fluids. They soothe the throat and keep the body hydrated. Avoid coffee and tea. Caffeine dries the throat and worsens irritation. In most cases, the common cold is harmless. It passes naturally within days. By the way, who here gets colds multiple times a year? Tell us in the comments. How long did your longest cold last? And don't forget to hit like, it helps us reach more people. If you have a question that keeps you awake at night, write it in the comments. Most of our episodes come from your questions. Stay safe and get well soon.